Sex Temple. After their exciting adventure in the Mermaid Lagoon, Clover, Tara, and Jessup returned to the mainland, continuing their journey south along the coastline. This place just keeps getting better and better, Clover mused to her friends. Erotic plants, friendly dragons, sexy mermaids, what other surprises does this magical land of Abynthia have in store? You never know until you round the next corner, Tara smiled, looking out over the glimmering sea. It's certainly a lot more interesting than my homeland, Jessup chuckled, adjusting his crotch as he reflected back on their last adventure. I don't know how many strange creatures I can fuck before my dick begins to fall off. We can always send you back home if you don't think you're up for it, Tara said. Oh, I'm up for it all right, Jessup smiled. Clover glanced overhead, hearing some rumbling in the distance. It looks like we might have a storm coming in, she said. We should try to find some shelter and settle in for the night. Look, Tara said, pointing toward a gap in the cliff next to the sea. We can hole up there while we gather some provisions in the woods. Works for me, Clover nodded, peering at the cave. It might not be as comfortable as the hammocks on the Mermaid Isle, but at least we'll be protected from the elements. While Tara and Jessup disappeared into the woods to capture some wild rabbits for dinner, Clover prepared a fire near the entrance to the cave. After they skinned the rabbits and cooked them over the fire, they sat down under cover of the overhanging cliff, watching the heavy rain pelting the surface of the water. Jessup peered up, noticing some large boulders perched precariously at the top of the cliff. Maybe we should go a little further inside the cave, he said. Those things look like they could fall on us any second. Tara glanced up and chuckled, shaking her head. They've probably been like that for centuries. You're being superstitious again. We've probably got a better chance of being struck by lightning than being buried by one of those. Maybe so, Jessup said, inching his body backwards on the sand. But do you want to be the unlucky one who happens to be in the wrong place at the wrong time when they finally decide to pry loose? Clover's body shook when she heard a loud clap of thunder, then she glanced behind her into the cave. Jessup's probably right, she said, wanting to get out of the rain. Why don't we see what's inside? That cave looks pretty deep. Maybe we'll find some more strange creatures to play with. You mean like a bear or a colony of bats? Tara chuckled. Clover said, beginning to have second thoughts. Let's bring some burning logs with us to light the way. At least that way, we'll have a modicum of protection if we run into any trouble. They each picked up a burning stump from the fire, then they followed Clover into the narrow passageway. The further they went, the darker and more constricted the cave became, until it seemed to reach a dead end. Let's get out of here, Jessup said, peering up at the steep walls. This place gives me the creeps. Wait, Clover said, noticing a dim light coming from a small gap on the upper ledge. Where's that light coming from? I think someone else is here. Let's leave them to their business.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?